Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a little journey through our solar system. We're going to explore what makes Earth our singular sanctuary in the cosmos. I mean, it is just perfectly built for life. So let's dive right in. Now, you might be wondering, if things get tough here on Earth, why can't we just, pack up and move to another planet? It always looks so easy in the movies, right? But the reality is, space is a uniquely harsh place. Actually, it's completely unforgiving. Most places in our solar system would literally destroy a human in seconds. We're talking extreme temperatures, absolutely no air, and intense radiation. So here is our cosmic tour map for today. First, we'll look at Earth's perfect conditions. Then, we'll visit our deadly inner neighbors, brave the violent gas giants, tackle the Mars challenge, and finally come back to our only home. Alright, Section 1. Perfect conditions and why Earth is our safe haven. Our home really is a sanctuary. Earth just hands us these 5 vital gifts. First, we've got oxygen to breathe. Second, liquid water to drink. Third, we have this amazing protective atmosphere. It's kind of like an invisible shield blocking out harmful space radiation. Fourth, the temperature is just right. We aren't boiling and we aren't freezing. And fifth, perfect gravity to keep our muscles and bones strong. It's like a perfectly tuned greenhouse, balancing all these forces effortlessly. To put that in perspective, if we were just a tiny bit closer to the sun, our oceans would literally boil away. And if we were slightly further out, they'd freeze solid. It's amazing. Moving on to Section 2, our deadly inner neighbors, Mercury and Venus. Without Earth's perfect balance, things get really extreme, really fast. Take Mercury, our closest neighbor to the sun. It is a literal furnace. It gets so incredibly hot during the day that it actually melts solid metal. Just imagine an oven that turns a metal fork into a puddle of liquid. Temperatures there can soar over 800 degrees Fahrenheit. No way you're surviving that. And Venus? Venus is somehow even worse. It's actually hotter than Mercury, pushing 900 degrees, and the whole planet is completely trapped under these deadly toxic clouds of sulfuric acid. You couldn't take a single breath there. Plus, the heat and pressure would absolutely crush and melt a spaceship before it even touched the ground. Okay, Section 3. The violent gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn. Now, let's travel way out, far away from the sun, to the massive gas giants. This is where we see the biggest, most striking contrast to Earth. Here on Earth, we have nice, calm, solid ground to walk on, but gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn, they don't have a solid surface at all. If you tried to land there, you wouldn't touch down. You would just keep falling, forever, into dark, violent storms. The pressure is just enormous. Think about the heavy, crushing weight of the water at the very bottom of Earth's deepest ocean, while the pressure inside Jupiter is thousands of times heavier than that. Winds on these giants howl at hundreds of miles per hour, whipping up storms larger than our entire planet. There's nowhere to land, nowhere to hide, and definitely no solid surface to call home. Next up, Section 4, the Mars challenge. Let's take a look at the red planet. So Mars is the planet scientists actually study the most for future human exploration. Why? Well, mainly because it actually has solid ground. But don't let that fool you, it is an incredibly hostile place. Mars is just freezing. Because it sits much further from the sun, it gets very little warmth. But the worst part? It has almost no atmosphere. That invisible shield we enjoy every day on Earth barely even exists up there. If you stepped outside without a heavy, super specialized spacesuit, the freezing temperatures and total lack of breathable air would be instantly fatal. The average temperature on Mars is something like minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it drops way, way lower at the poles. It's really just a harsh, desolate desert. To actually survive on Mars one day, humanity is going to have to bring all of Earth's gifts with us. We're talking about inventing some amazing new technologies. First, we'd need to build completely safe, sealed domes just to generate our own breathable oxygen. Second, we'd have to figure out how to extract trapped water and grow food inside those enclosed habitats. And third, we'd need incredibly thick walls just to block out the harmful space radiation. Recreating the sanctuary of Earth on a totally dead world is, well, it's one of our greatest challenges. It means every single drop of water, every breath of air, and every calorie of food would require constant, flawless machinery to keep us alive. Finally, Section 5, our only home. Let's return to Earth. Man, after seeing the metal-melting heat of Venus, the crushing storms of Jupiter, and that freezing thin air on Mars, it feels pretty good to return to the safety of our own world, doesn't it? Right now, Earth is the only known planet anywhere in the universe that supports life. It's the only place we know of where animals run, plants grow, and humans live. It provides exactly what we need, perfectly balanced, and for free. And honestly, this is exactly why we've got to protect our water, our air, and our land. Now, scientists do believe that advanced technology might one day let us live among the stars as a true interplanetary species. But let's be real. Building a new home from scratch in the harshness of space is going to take generations. Until that distant day comes, Earth remains our one and only home. So knowing just how violent and unforgiving the rest of the universe really is, what will you do today to protect our singular sanctuary? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.